Net migration is at the lowest level for 3 years after tumbling in the wake of the EU referendum, but it is still running at 230,000 annually. Official figures show 230,000 more people came to the UK than left in the year to June, down from a record high of 336,000 in the 12 months before the historic Brexit vote. It is the largest decrease in net long-term migration in any 12-month period since records began in 1964. Long-term immigration was 572,000, while emigration was 342,000 over the period, giving an overall figure that is the lowest since 2014. More than three-quarters of the decrease was accounted for by EU citizens, according to the Office for National Statistics, ONS. The news will be a welcome boost for Theresa May, who has pledged to make curbing free movement a red line in Brexit negotiations. However, the rate is still more than double the government's targets of below 100,000. Meanwhile, the number of EU nationals applying for British citizenship has more than doubled to 32,856 in the year ending in September. Latest ONS figures show immigration was 572,000 in the year to June, while emigration was 342,000, giving an overall level of 230,000 that is the lowest since 2014. More than three-quarters of the decrease was accounted for by EU citizens, according to the Office for National Statistics, ONS. EU net migration fell by 82,000 to 107,000, which was described as a statistically significant drop. The Office for National Statistics says net migration has returned to 2014 levels after a peak last year. The number of people coming to the UK to look for work has also slumped by 43%, while arrivals who already have a definite job lined up have remained stable. The figures show the lower level of EU net migration is driven by a fall in the numbers arriving and a rise in emigration. The numbers arriving from the bloc dropped 54,000 to 230,000, while those departing the country went up by more than a quarter to 123,000, the highest level since 2008. This pattern was seen across the three different groups of EU member states. These are Western nations including France, Germany and Spain, 8 Central and Eastern European countries including Poland and Czech Republic which joined the Union in 2004, and Romania and Bulgaria, which became part of the bloc in 2007. Meanwhile, separate figures showed that the number of EU nationals applying to become British citizens nearly doubled in the 12 months after the Brexit vote. Net long-term migration from outside the EU was estimated at 173,000 in the year to June, a fall of 23,000 on the previous year. Nicola White, ONS head of International Migration Statistics, said, "The first full year of data since the EU referendum vote in 2016 shows a decrease in the number of people coming to live in the UK and an increase in the number leaving, resulting in a fall in net migration of 106,000. Over three-quarters of the fall in net migration was accounted for by EU citizens. The decline follows historically high levels of immigration and it is too early to say whether this represents a long-term trend. The number of people immigrating for a definite job has remained stable, but there has been a 43% decrease in the number of people immigrating to look for work over the last year, especially for EU citizens.